What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Realism Sports Talk, episode 2 for 2020. Hope everybody's being safe out there, staying in when you got to. But for people that have to be out, we appreciate you. Continued support and thanks for frontline workers and things of that nature. Got a lot of good responses from the first episode, so I appreciate it. Appreciate all the people that subscribed, liked it, commented. Got a lot of feedback. Lots of feedback, more than what I was anticipating, so I really appreciate that. We're going to start off with the comments that we got from the last episode. We got, for the most part, a lot of the viewers replied that they like Tyree was like, he liked the part of us including the players, NBA players, and trying to come up with a way to have a league or finish up the league or whatnot. Another thing I was thinking about with that, because I think Keith was saying something about it being quiet and things like that. What we could do also? You remember how the Colts used to get accused of putting in fan noise? Why don't we get each arena has their own defense or whatever they got going on? Filter in that for each home team, quote unquote. Whatever the home team is, put in those noise, press the little buttons. We got technology. It's 2020. I know we got technology to put in a thing that if one of the home players makes something, they say, oh, whatever. We can make it happen, is all I'm trying to say. A lot of people talked about when we were comparing LeBron and all that. Like Scott was talking about it. He didn't have LeBron in the top 3. He had Magic in there. And Magic's my boy. You see his jersey back there. So I really appreciate that, Scott. I agree with that, too. And Brandon was talking about, here's a good point that Brandon brought up. He said, just cancel the NBA season and give LeBron another excuse for not winning. And when he said that, I was like, yo, that's crazy because we always make excuses for LeBron, it seemed like, back in the day. Like he didn't have enough help or such and such of this or such and such of this. Or if Ray Allen wouldn't have hit that shot, he wouldn't have won. Now it's like, oh, it's just another thing. So that was a good point, Brandon, because I'm like, man, I didn't even think about that like that. But so we got a lot of feedback, a lot of more comments. If you got more things you want to talk about, leave them in the comments. I'd love to talk about it with you guys. We got 12 subscribers on the first episode, so thank you guys. 126 views. So let's just keep it rolling. All right, the first thing I want to talk about real quick was the draft. We're going to finish that up. I got some hot spots for a couple of the teams. If I don't talk about your team and you want to talk about your team, just hit it in the comments or whatever. We'll talk about it. Because I'm sure I missed some valid points for some teams that I don't really care about, like the Raiders, like Drew. I'm just messing with you, Drew. I know you and the Raiders, boy. Y'all might get Cam Newton, like you said. You might. But, of course, I'm going to start with my Redskins. We got Chase Young. We got 2 wide receivers. We got 2 linemen, some strong defensive players. We got rid of Trent Williams's bleep. I'll leave it at that. I'm happy about our draft, which was the most watched draft ever. Not that would be a surprise to anyone, since there ain't nothing else on TV to watch. But I'm happy about our draft. I feel like we did a good job finally. Talking about the Ravens, they added J.K. Dobbins, running back from Ohio State, to go along with that powerful run game that they already have with Big Trust and Mark Ingram and Lamar Jackson. They're going to be scary, that running attack. Team was the number 1 pick. Joe Burrow and the Bengals. They added T. Higgins, wide receiver from Clemson. Don't forget they got that boy A.J. Green back. A.J. Green was one of the top, 5 wide receivers before he got hurt. That lineman that they drafted last year, high draft pick, he's going to be back. And don't forget about that running back. His name ain't being brought up in that abuse no more. Joe Mixon is coming. I'm just telling you, Joe Mixon is coming. I guess I should have to say something about the Cowboys. They got CeeDee Lamb. They just always draft so well. It just drives me so crazy how good they draft. But they did it. They drafted. Hey, but they did get the JMU quarterback. Ben DiNucci. Bye-bye, Dak Prescott, JMU in the building. That would be hilarious. But that was crazy that he got drafted. Good job, Ben. Sleeper team in the AFC West, everybody's talking about the Chargers. Da, da, da. I don't even know who their quarterback's going to be. Tyrod Taylor can't do it. They might get Cam Newton for 1 year. You never know. We'll get to the quarterbacks later. The Raiders, never know what they're going to do. I'm telling you, it's going to be the Denver Broncos challenging the Chiefs. They got Melvin Gordon. They just drafted a ton of wide receivers to go along with that stud tight end and Cortland Sutton that they got. Don't sleep on them Denver Broncos. The Packers, question mark. First pick, you get Jordan Love. I'm like, maybe it was just a big value. I mean, because the value could have been in the top 5 or it could have been second round, whatever. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Maybe they're doing like the Brett Favre and, Aaron Rodgers thing where he sat for a few years and look what he turned into. Cool. But then you draft a running back with your next pick when you already had 2 dope running backs from last year, not to mention Aaron Jones pretty much carried that team. And then the backup that he had wasn't that bad either. And you don't have no wide receivers? And there was 36 wide receivers drafted in this draft. 36. And the Green Bay Packers selected 0. Hey, they get paid millions of dollars to do it. Who am I? But I'm just saying. The Colts got some wide receiver help from Phillip Rivers. That was good. Then they got Jacob Eason. I think Jacob Eason's going to be the surprise of the whole draft. He's the wild card. Maybe not surprise, but he's the wild card. Because he could wind up being the best quarterback in the draft that nobody was talking about. Kind of like Mahomes was when you had Sam Darnold and Rosen and all these people in here. And then Chiefs just move up and get Patrick Mahomes. Like, Patrick Mahomes, what the fuck are you doing? Jacob Eason. Remember, he was at Georgia, so he was that highly recruited. He had a little injury issue, whatever. But they said he's got the most powerful arm in the draft. So, I mean, hey, with that coaching staff that they got, look what they did with Nick Foles with that coaching staff when they won the Super Bowl with the Eagles. So, you never know, man. You never know. The Raiders, like I said, I don't know who the QB is going to be, okay? If it's up to Drew, they'll have Cam Newton. But whoever the quarterback's going to be, they got tons of wide receivers. Tons. To go along with their tight end and their running back Josh Jacobs last year. So, the Raiders, I mean, hey, once they figure out what they're going to do with their quarterback, which I don't think Derek Carr's a bad guy. But you never know. You never know. The team that I think had the best offseason and draft combined, yeah, Brandon, it's for you. The Miami Dolphins. Just getting Breida and, getting the running backs that they got, and then the lineman that they got, and then you get the most impactful player if he stays healthy, Tua. And I'm a little bit biased. They went ahead and got that Navy boy, Malcolm Perry. Navy football, baby. But, Navy football. But anyway, yeah, they got Malcolm Perry. And I think Malcolm Perry can be something, kind of like a Jamison Crowder type dude. Small but fast, kick return, slide guy. I think if they do it right, they can do it. Remember, their coach used to be a Patriot. The Patriots always use all these intricacies and different kind of people going everywhere. So I'm interested to see what the Dolphins do with him. But it is the Dolphins, so I'm not expecting them to do perfect with them. Speaking of the Patriots, you just brought up tons of moves. If you're like me, I thought they were going to take quarterback in the first round when he fell to him, but they didn't. They made tons of moves, a whole lot of Patriot moves. Moving up to get this guy, smaller school here, this. You don't know about him, but it seemed like every time I was watching the draft, when a Patriot person came on there, they said, oh, this person can play multiple positions. And Bill Belichick loves people that can play multiple positions. So they have a certain kind of people that they like to draft and kind of maneuver and move this way, move that way. So I ain't going to dog them at all. One thing I did notice was they drafted back-to-back tight ends again. Remember last time they got back-to-back tight ends like that? Who were they? Gronk and Aaron Hernandez. So I'm just saying, I'm not saying they're going to be them. I'm just saying, that was kind of interesting to me. The last thing I'm going to talk about for the draft, Eagles. That Jalen Hurts in the second round. You never know. Like I said, you never know. Carson Wentz gets hurt. The league looks like it's going to a little bit of that running quarterback-ish. Lamar, it's a copycat league. Lamar Jackson does all this stuff. They're like, oh, let me get one of those. Let me get one of those new shiny toys. So you never know what it's going to be. But they did get tons of wide receiver help, which they didn't have last year, which is their ultimate demise. And they got Godwin for the 49ers. Huge pickup for them. So everybody in the division, I feel like, except for the Giants, I feel like had a good draft or good offseason. It's not usually good for the Redskins to say that, but hey, I feel like we did. All right. So the second thing we're going to talk about is, quarterbacks. So as we brought up New England, they didn't draft the quarterback. Now I know they signed two unrestricted free agents or whatever they are called, undrafted free agents. That we ain't never heard of none of them. Do we think that one of them is going to stay? I mean, you never know with the Patriots, but they left the door open for a sign and trade with somebody or a veteran that's out there or whatever. So I think Bill Belichick's enjoying this, leaving it open that we can still keep talking about them because all he's hearing about is Tom Brady. So now we have to talk about them like, who's going to be the quarterback? Who's the guy? And nobody knows. Is it going to be Stidham? It just sounds fun. Like when you say his name, you're like, Stidham? It's just a natural thing. I don't know. Another team is the Saints. We know you got Drew Brees for this year. He might have signed a 2-year deal, but even if not, or whatever, they signed Taysom Hill, 2-year extension. But it was only a 2-year extension. They gave him a lot of money guaranteed, but Jameis Winston's getting signed. I think he's the guy. I think all these teams with quarterback issues or whatever, he's the dude. What was his problem? Interceptions. He got that LASIK surgery on his eyes. I don't know if you ever watched him play games. He's always squint-lit. That's because he couldn't see. Yeah, he might have threw 30 interceptions, but he threw 30 touchdowns, so he could see good enough to throw touchdowns. Imagine if he cut them interceptions back, and I think that sight's going to do it. And being with Sean Payton, I'll tell you, because Michael Thomas ain't going nowhere sometime soon. You know what I'm saying? Their team's not going nowhere soon. So Jameis Winston could go in there. I know they only talk about a 1-year contract, but if he was smart, he'd try to go in there after Drew Brees to be the starter. Really, if I was him, I would have said, look, I'll take less money and stay in Tampa Bay and learn under Tom Brady. And after 2 years, be back to my team. But who am I? Whatever. So yeah, that's what I feel about the draft and the QBs going on right now. Any other teams that I missed or quarterbacks y'all want to talk about, put it in the comments. Don't forget to hit that bell so you can subscribe and like, so every time I post a video, you'll get it instantly. The next thing I want to talk about is a new live event coming. Everybody remember I talked about the draft. It's the most watched draft ever. May 9th, UFC is having their first live event during this pandemic. No fans are going to be in attendance, but is anybody excited to watch it? I know Brandon probably is, because Brandon likes all that fighting and boxing and all that stuff. He's always been into all that. Keep it a little bit too, I think. So, but I mean, I don't really follow it that much. I'll follow the big cards when it's like a big name. I'll get on there and jump on the bandwagon, whatever. But I don't follow it like that. So my question to you guys are you excited about it? I'm going to watch it. Probably. I ain't trying to pay $50 for it, though. Because I can watch it on YouTube right after it's over. But they should put the first one on for free anyway, just to get people to watch something. I mean, why you all jumping the gun and just trying to snatch everybody's money on the first one anyway? Let it go for free, I hope. We'll see how it goes. But are y'all interested in it? UFC, May 9th. If it was a bigger name, would you be interested in it? Or you don't care, you're interested in it because it's something new? Send your comments out there. I like to see what y'all think about that. Definitely so. Alright, so I know we've been talking about the college sports and everything and what's going on with that. I think college basketball is in for a serious situation going on now. We were talking about, remember how the balls were? LaMelo and all them, they were going overseas playing, they missing college completely. Some have missed some of high school, to tell you the truth. But it looks like it's going to work out for LaMelo. He should be in the top 3 pick. But now it's getting even scarier because the number 1 recruit in the country, Jalen Green, I think his name is Jalen Green, number 1 pick, number 1 recruit, bypassing college altogether. And he ain't going overseas. He going to the G League, where they're guaranteeing him a contract of $500,000 to $1 million for 1 year. Now we getting into the situation where it's, do I want to go be a one and done? Or do I want to go be a $1 million man? You know what I mean? So why would you want to go do anything else when you can go get $1 million for a year instead of going to school for a year? Now granted, do they really go to school? Who knows? How much work they do? I don't know. Are you the big man on campus? Yeah. So then you start weighing everything, and I'm like, man, if you go give me $1 million and you get to play against men, I think it's going to be better for your future. And number 13 recruit, Isaiah Todd, just now joined with him, is going to the G League to get that money. Remember Big Baller himself tried to do the JBL. See, he just didn't know how to pull like the G League, but his mind was there. He knew what to do. That's why I always rep Big Baller brand, because I feel like, yeah, he was kind of crazy and loudmouth about a lot of things, but his mind was there to know what we needed to do for the future, in my opinion. Y'all can comment on that and how y'all feel about him or whatnot, and what he did with his kids, because a lot of people can go all kinds of ways with that. Did he promote him in a good way, or did he promote him just for him? I mean, a lot of different ways you can go with that, but I feel like he had a lot of innovative ideas that could be used in a lot of different ways. But now they're saying another recruit, Greg, I forget his last name, but he's going to Texas. So he's not going to G League route. So he must feel like going to Texas. Now we don't know if he has family lineage or whatever's going on with that, but he's not going G League. And he's not number 1 recruit though, so maybe they wasn't getting $1 million. Who knows how that goes? But still, he was gonna get some money. He ain't getting no money in Texas. Well, then again, no money that we know of. Because you ain't getting a degree. You ain't getting a degree in a year. And you ain't doing no work for a year to get no degree. So it's all about, he gonna go there and be, look at me, I'm the high recruit, I'm playing on TV for Texas, and he's gonna try to win it. He's going to NCAA tournament. Maybe that means more to him. Maybe that means more than anything. He's playing in the NCAA tournament. Because that is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Usually, for one and dones it is. You know, you can say, hey, I played in the tournament. That's one thing you can say about Kobe. He never got to play in the NCAA tournament. LeBron never got to play in the NCAA tournament. You know, these guys you never got to see them at March Madness. I wonder how they would be at March Madness. And when I think about, like, I know I'm real Kobe. I was thinking about that, but like Kemba Walker, remember when he played for UConn? And he took that team on his back all the way through the Big East. And I'm like, didn't he win the Big East tournament? I'm like, they're going to lose first round, second round. Didn't he win the championship? Kemba Walker. I'm like, what? Carmelo did the same thing as a freshman. Carmelo Anthony. Still don't know why Detroit picked Darko above him. But hey, who am I? I wonder what Kobe would have done. I mean, look at Seth Curry. Seth Curry took his squad. You know, so, I mean, the NCAA tournament is exciting, and it does put cloud on you if you do far, but you can't tell me if I'm not a high recruit and you'll give me $1 million that, I don't know. It'd be tough. It'd be tough, man. It'd be tough. But put in your suggestions about that. I want to see how y'all feel about that also. So here we go. Episodes 3 and 4 last night. Last Dance. I don't know about you guys, but I love seeing MJ raw and uncut. I love it. I don't think we have enough of it. I know the first 2 episodes was tons of MJ raw and uncut. I was in it. These 2 episodes, they were good because I know you got to focus on everybody on the team. Everybody's got to have their little snippets. Robin got to have some of his. Phil Jackson had to get some of his, and la la la. But when Jordan's out there with his little drink, and I don't know if y'all watched it, but his drink would be full. Then that junk would be down to here, and then it'd be back up to here. Maybe so we had the long cigar that was, you know, he was just cracking your eyes, bloodshot red, like, oh, I can't get enough of MJ Raw in that cut. But one thing I did take out of that in the beginning when they were talking, did you see how he was getting beat up by Detroit? They ain't even got to the Knicks and all them yet. I can't wait for that. I can't wait for the Olympics. I can't wait for all that's coming up. But the way he was physically getting beat up, and it shows how they were trying to mentally get into their heads. Back to LeBron. Could he handle that? I don't know if he could have handled that. I feel like Kobe could have. Kobe would have got back in their face he tried to fight Shaq. Kobe tried to fight Shaq. I think he could have handled John Sally. Just my opinion. But, just my opinion. But yeah, man, just watching him get physically beat up and then the team get determined and him just, it was awesome to watch, man. It was awesome to watch. I can't wait to see the next episodes. I mean, it was great to me. I like seeing when they were interviewing, Michael Jordan. Did you see what Michael Jordan when he had to listen to Isaiah Thomas? Oh. Them two hate each other, and I can't wait till they talk about it with the Dream Team, for him not allowing him to be on the Dream Team. And I want to see more of them. I want to see more of that hatred with each other. I want to see more interviews with them. I want to see more of them talking about each other. I love it. I love it. And more MJ Raw and Uncut, please. More MJ. One question I will leave you with from the Last Dance was Phil Jackson. In my opinion, I mean, everybody says best coach ever, and I've always kind of like, I appreciated Phil Jackson, but I've always been like, well, you had Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and then you had Shaq and Kobe, and then you still had Kobe, so you always had a great player. I think you're great, but, watching that last night, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to give him way more respect now. Seeing the stuff that he had to deal with and I couldn't imagine other attitudes and prima donnas and all these big things that he's had to deal with. Yeah, I would give him way more respect. I don't know about you guys or how y'all might have already gave him that respect. I'm not sure, but that changed my outlook on him a ton. I thought he was just some hippie that smoked weed. It was like, get him on Michael Jordan, Kobe, Shaq, go, ha. It ain't like this. This dude's out here doing Indian chants in practice and doing all this kumbaya. I said, what? I had no idea that he was like that for real. That was crazy. But yeah, tell me what y'all think about Phil Jackson. I mean, does he get enough respect? Now you giving him more respect, or you already knew what it was? I don't know. But so I'm gonna end this episode with some local love, local news. We got 6 JMU Dukes that's going to be on football teams that got picked up. Good job, JMU Dukes. We got some recruits coming in from the JMU basketball team. Good job, guys. And my boy Justin Kyer from Spotswood High School. Previously at George Mason. We're rooting for you, buddy. Just now transferred to the Georgia Bulldogs. So he's going to be in the SEC. I can't wait to see him on national TV playing against Kentucky. Let's go, Justin. Let's go. Hey, guys, thank y'all for checking us out. Subscribe. Hit the bell, please. Subscribe. Like the video. Share the video. We'll see y'all tomorrow with the next one. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.